Well, you just said I don't have to, you said to see the positives about it, like the positivity and the discord and the positivity and the difference of opinions and the conversation. And so this is where I'm headed towards. And so by the end of the day, I will be at that point where I'm like, I'm so glad it happened. Like now we both understand each other. I see where she's coming from. I understand that she's changed for someone else, and that's fine. There's no judgment there, but I need to be aware of who I'm dealing with and the kind of person I'm talking to. So like being positive about the whole thing. See, I'm already feeling better, and I'm just doing it as an example on the episode now on the show. So by the end of the day, it'll just be like, so, but because of the practice. So I'm glad you mentioned that part of it. Thank you.
Yeah. So basically, it's the cliche, how do you eat an elephant? One
bite at a time.
Right. So how do you practice good mental health? That's the elephant, right? Good mental health is the giant thing.
So
you got to break it down into bites.
One bite at a time. No?
You break it down into different skills to practice. Emotional self-regulation first. Right. Emotional benevolence second. Overall contentment third. Positive beliefs fourth. Maybe there's some other ones we're missing or whatever, but the point remains. And people think you can only practice physical, tangible things, but you can practice intangibles. You can practice confidence. You can practice love. You can practice positivity. You can practice good mental health, because those are things that exist.
Yeah.
I can spot them in other people. Oh, that's some pretty good positivity over there. Oh, that's some confidence that person has. If that person is animating it, expressing it, and being it, you as a person can practice it. Yeah. You can get to their level. Plenty of people started out as some ghetto version on a topic, and they saw someone they wanted to be like, and it inspired them, and they put their mind to it, and they eventually became like that person.
True.
Yeah.
Very
you
true.
can practice anything.
Yeah.
Tangible or intangible. When I was homeless and robbed and jailed and all that shit, I was practicing a lot of negativity, cynicism, pessimism, depression, suicidal ideation, all this kind of stuff.
Right.
And just like anybody, when I'm that far down a dark road or a dark path, and I've practiced the negative for a long time, it becomes extremely difficult to turn around. Yeah. So it's very easy to stay homeless and stay depressed and stay suicidal. It's really easy to stay stuck there and to keep up that practice. It's also very easy to lie to people. Oh, everything's fine. I'm working on it. I'm getting out of it, whatever. Instead of admitting, this is a really dark place and I need to change something. I need to change something about my life.
Right.
But changing something about my life takes guts and courage and revolution, and it's crazy hard, and I have to let go of my old identity and become a new person, and oh my God. So I'd rather just lie to people and say everything's fine and I don't need to change.
It's easier sometimes. Yeah.
When you're down that path, it's always easier. The harder choice is always to turn around, backtrack, and go the opposite direction. The harder thing is always to practice the opposite and start baby stepping it back. That's a giant long journey. It's so much easier just to ride the momentum, like stay on your little depression train and head down to wherever it takes you.
Yeah. True.
It's way easier.
Yeah, very true.
But whatever. The point is, that lasted for 2.5 years. I was homeless for 2.5 years. Insane, man. Yeah. Until I made a decision to turn that train around. I let it all go. I gave up struggling. I gave up trying to be productive. I gave up trying to fix things. I gave up masking it or pretending something was different than it was. I just accepted reality. And I was like, if I'm going to die here on this bench of starvation because I won't lift a finger to help myself, so be it. I'm at peace with who I am. I'm fine to die of failure. I accept that I've been homeless for a long time, and it's possible that I'll never discover the path out of it. And that acceptance was a game changer, because the whole time I'd been practicing resistance. I'd been practicing non-acceptance.
Right.
I've been practicing judgment and hate and spite and malice. Like, I was not at peace with the situation. Can you change situations that you're not at peace with?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I turned the car around. I started practicing something different. I practiced acceptance. I practiced making peace with the situation. And this was empowering. This allowed me to change a lot of things. This turned the whole thing around. And I started practicing more positivity. I let go of more things. I was at peace with more things. I started walking through the world with a happier heart. Even though I was homeless, I didn't feel angry at anyone. I wasn't angry at society. I wasn't angry at my parents. I wasn't angry at myself. I was just at peace and accepting. and loving the situation, loving my last few days on Earth is how I saw it.
Right.
Turned out a lot of great things came from that, and I had many more days on Earth. But the point is, I practiced something different after 2.5 years, and that's how I got the change. And it's the same for everybody. You could have been struggling for 20 years. I don't care. Practice the intangibles, eat the elephant one bite at a time, start making progress, walk it back, baby steps, and you will get good results. Just like we said in the beginning, what happens when you practice the thing that you want?
You get it.
Yeah, you progress towards it.